like to give a 2-month review of my shed in a box. And the reason most of you guys clicked on this video is because you can't afford a metal shed, or you can't afford one of them nice wooden sheds. So more than likely you're either thinking, or you already went out and got a shed in a box. Well, I've had mine for 2 months. I'm going to give an honest review, my personal review. To be completely honest with you, my wife and I could not afford a metal shed or a wooden shed. So we decided to get this off Amazon, a shed in a box. Let me tell you my concerns. Just like you all, I looked it up on YouTube. I wanted to know if it was going to be right for me. I wanted to know, was it going to be able to handle a harsh storm? Was the storm just going to collapse it over? I also wanted to know, was a big old windstorm going to come up and blow it down the street? I wanted to know, was I going to be able to put all my stuff in here? I also wanted to know, was it going to leak? Well guys, let me tell you everything I just mentioned. Since we bought the shed in a box, we had multiple storms. And quite a few of them storms produced some serious winds. And 2 of them produced winds of 50 miles an hour. The shed held it perfectly. Nothing. It didn't even move an inch. And to be completely honest with you, I came out here a few times and looked out my door to see if my shed was going down my street. But it wasn't. No. And not to mention, everything inside is completely dry. But right now, there's a lot of flies in there because my lawnmower kind of like left some grass on the floor. Yeah, right here. Now, I am going to tell you a little bit of concerns, but it's no big deal. Well, one is. If you don't put it out on the floor, I don't know if this will stop it or not, you may end up with pill bugs, okay? Them little things that roll up in a ball, no big deal. Whenever I bring out my fishing stuff and stuff like that to go fishing, there's a few pill bugs on them. There's sometimes a lot. And on them hot, brutal days, when you open this thing up, you go inside, it's like an oven. But once you keep the top up, it cools down. Now I'm going to tell you 2 of the things I don't like. I'm going to show you the one I didn't like at all. Then I'll show you the one that's not that big of a deal. When you buy the shed, they're going to give you these little fancy little stakes in the ground. That's fine and good and all, but if your ground's like mine, I couldn't get them in the ground that far because I have rocks underneath and they don't do so well. So what I did was I put center blocks to keep it from blowing away. And the other thing is, as you notice the door, you got to roll up the tarp. Unzipping it ain't the problem, it's rolling it up gets a little annoying. That's a very small price to pay for the price of the shed. I'm here to tell you now, it was perfect. Guys, the only complaint I had is the stakes, and it's a little annoying to roll it up and attach it. Beyond that, I love my shed in a box. It's done everything I wanted to do. I have room for all my junk. Maybe even some room left over to put other junk in there. And the thing didn't blow away with the storm, but that could be because I have all this vegetation on the side of it. That could have blocked some of the wind, to be fair. But if you're like me and you couldn't afford a metal shed or a wooden shed, oh, they would be nice, especially a wooden one, you are deciding to go with a shed in a box. I say get it. It's inexpensive and it does everything you want it to do. And you may not have a problem with rolling that thing up and attaching it. My wife don't, but I do. I don't know, it just becomes annoying. So guys, this has been my 2-month review of shed in a box. So if you ask me, should you go out and get a shed in a box? I say yeah. Who can afford the other ones? So yeah, this is an awesome replacement of the bigger ones. It does everything you need them to do. Alright guys, until next time, we'll see you in a couple days. And I'm getting ate up with the mosquitoes, believe it or not. Come on, let's get out of here.